Okay, everyone, I want to go over the new comp procedure that we have that will go through project management into, actually, when you're pulling comps, we're going to take these comps and they're going to pass their way through you all the way into transactions and to the project manager. So we talked about this idea of machine learning with each other, right? And having these comps be available for easily for the project managers to look at to make decisions, for you to look at to make decisions when you're renovating, and for transactions, of course, to have those comps as well. So here we go. I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. Okay, so if I go into Salesforce here, and here is a comp that we have, and you can see it as an opportunity, right? So these comps have already been run, however, so that's fine. But what you're going to do then is, let's just assume the comps haven't been run. We're going to go through here, we're going to look, and she's got her comps, and down here there's no comps. So the old way was we were going to put the comps here. You just go in and you kind of edit, and you can run the comps in there if you want to. But now we can put the comp links in here. So let me show you how this works. So I'm going to go into MLS. I'm going to find the comps. So just give me a second here. All right, so I'm going to look at, I think this was North Paulding High School. Now I'm going to get all the criteria in and I'll be right back. Okay, now I put the comp in here on the MLS on the map search, and you can see I've got a bunch of maps. Now the only thing I did here is I left it active. As acquisitions, you're only going to base your comps on solds, and then if you want to call the agents and determine what things are under contract for, you certainly can do that as well. But so what we want to do is we want to look, and so the tax report on this particular property in Atlanta, in the Atlanta market is, let's see here, it's 2,246 square feet, built in 98. So then we'd probably want to filter our criteria down and maybe go from, and that was a 4-bedroom, right? Is that right? A 4-bedroom, 2-bath. So we at least want a 3 to 4 bedroom, okay? And up to 2 full baths, 1 to 2, actually 2. Don't think we want 3. That wouldn't be a very good comp. And then you can punch in the square footage here, of course, as you wanted to, or you could say, okay, I want to see anything from like built 1990 to 2004, let's say, at 8. Let's see what is built in 98. So you want to see 8 years up, 8 years down. Okay. So there's your 28 matches, and now we're going to come up with the comps. Okay, so I went back in my map view, and making that criteria didn't get me anything in the subdivision anymore. So now I have to go back and I have to figure out what's in that subdivision. I'm gonna peel all that back out, look at my map again. Okay, I'm picking up some more in that area. This one sold for $449. This one sold for $375. She's got this comped out at $310. The bedrooms and baths are all screwed up. So sometimes the tax records get a little messed up and you just have to roll with it. So, but she does have it kind of locked in at 310. Let's see if we get rid of the age filter, what that does. And sure enough, that takes care of our problems. So this was a house that was probably built on an empty lot, but now you can see we have a few things in the subdivision. So we have this one, it's about 3,000 square feet. If I click on it, and I look at the tax report, just want to verify square footage that we're dealing with apples to apples. So this one says above ground square footage, 3,000. So that's a bigger house. Clearly don't want to use that one as a comp, so I'm not going to. I'm going to look at, let's see, go back to our map. Same neighborhood. There's one for 375. There's one for 316. It's a 4.2.5, sorry. So we'll click on that one. That's about the same square footage. So there's a good comp for this particular property that we have. Really good comp. In fact, this is a flip. So now I'm going to make note of this one. I'm going to save it so that whether you're in Greenville or whether you're in Atlanta, you're going to save your comps however you save them. Okay, so in Atlanta, you can check the box here, and we know we have a good comp. So let's find a couple more. I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so now I have my 3 or 4 comps. Now you have to be careful in acquisitions. If you're comping this as an as-is value or a flipped value, then you want to pull both comps, right? Now I had a hard time pulling comps for this one, so I had to go back another 3 months. And I'm not having a great time finding active comps. So there is one there at 449. That's probably unrealistic. And this neighborhood, if you look at this neighborhood over here, I can't comp it the same. Look how huge these lots are over here. So anyway, I have found, I think, 3 sales comps that I think I can use. I did look at this one, and it's pretty dated. Even though it's a 4.3.5, it's pretty dated. So I've got I got one here for 280, one here for 340, and one here for 316. And we've got it comped conservatively at 310. Okay, so now I have these, and I can go over to my results page, and I click on my little spreadsheet view right here, and I've got these. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to email those to myself. Okay, so once you have your comps, now ideally it'd be great if we had more than 3, if we had a couple active, if we had a couple pending, and then 3 sold, but sometimes you can't. So you just got to go with the comps that you have, and be conservative in the way that you comp. So now I'm going to email this to myself, and when I do that, let me show you what happens. Okay, so if I preview it in Atlanta, I can get the link out of it, I think. Yeah, I think that's the link right there. And then I just copy that. Now look what's cool about this. So this is what you guys will see and project managers will see if they want to see pictures or sales price or whatever. So they go in here, and here's one for 316. We're trying to comp our one for 310, very similar. And I'm looking at it, and they can see exactly what these people did to this house, right? This one had a new kitchen. Now, if your sheet says they don't need a new kitchen, then great. But there's one that's been completely renovated. Here's one with a super nice yard, of course. But this is a typical house. That's got a newer kitchen in it. You know, this is a regular cellar, so not quite as refined as maybe a complete renovation. But you're talking a plain Jane bathroom there. Nothing too renovated. And that one sold for 280. And then I go back down here, and I see this one, a lot bigger house, probably a lot more updates in it as well. But that probably is the original kitchen. But you can see this one, again, square footage wise is much bigger. So I'm hesitant to use this one, but we're going to use it anyway because I've got 3 comps, 2336, 2784, and 2338. And I think our house was somewhere around 2246. So I found the closest I could within the last 9 months. All right, so now I'm going to take that link that I have right here, and I'm going to go over to our Salesforce, and I'm going to drop that link right in here. Okay, I'll set it right there. I'm going to hit save. Okay, and so there it is. So now let's say this goes under contract and it gets moved over to transactions. This link gets moved into transactions. When it gets moved into transactions, then Casey, when she does the invite for the home inspection, she's going to send this comp link to all parties involved. And that is how we're going to do it for now. Now, I don't know how long these links stay active. I'm assuming that they're active for 30 to 45 days, which is definitely enough time for us to make the decisions we need to make with them. Okay, so that's the Atlanta one, and I will show you a South Carolina one in just a moment.